Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's episode of the NeoForge series, I'll be showing you how to create your own custom recipes for the crafting table. So let's get started. So in the data gen folder where you have all your data generation, you want to create a folder called recipe, and in your recipes folder you want to have a class called mod main mod recipe provider. In here you're gonna have in here you're gonna put all your providers for your recipe makers. So for example, if we make our own custom one, we can just instantiate in here. So first of all, you're gonna need to do private not protected, private final data generator. Yep, that one, generator. And also you're gonna have to do private final complete future. These are all required. So for the data generator, in here you can have holder lookup dot provider, and just call this lookup provider, and then just have your class in here. And then you also want to extend recipe provider, and then super have generator dot get pack output and the lookup provider, and you can close this. And then now you can just do I'm gonna ask you to implement this build recipe. Alright, for now just leave it. Just leave it for now. And then what you want to do now is create another folder in the recipes, call it provider, and in here you want to create a class called normal crafting table recipe provider. In here you want to extend your main mod recipe provider, and you just want to create a constructor matching super. Just keep it like that. And in here you want to create you want to have a method called build. So public static, just public void build. You can call it build or build recipes, doesn't matter what it's called. And now we're gonna create our recipes. So there's two main types of recipes for a crafting table. There's shaped recipe builder, and there's as well shapeless recipe builder. So what the shapeless recipe builder, it means that like there is no like order in making recipes. For example, if you have a sword, you want to craft sword, that would be a shape recipe builder, so it has to be put in a certain way. So has to be crafted in a certain order, like a sword. But for shapeless, it's like when you're making a block out of ores. So like making an iron block, there's no order. You can and you're putting the ores in, so that's why you use shapeless. Because I'm also using the same one, so no order. So for now we're going to use we have the item, we have our example item, and we have our example block. In order to make our example block, we're going to use a shapeless recipe provider. So in order to use a shapeless recipe provider, you're going to do shapeless recipe build. Import that, and in here you want to have your shapeless. So your recipe category will be what type of recipe category is. Like, so for example, if it's tools, it's going to be tools. I'm just gonna do building blocks. And it's also asking you for the item, so you do item init dot example item dot get. And in here if you go into the class itself, shapeless, you can say it takes a number of how many you want. So we'll just do 9, and then you do dot requires, actually didn't, so, and then you do dot save. 1 second. In here you want to do so we get 9, and in here you want to do dot require. This means it requires a block, not a block in it, and it example block dot get. And in here to unlock by, this means how it's unlocked by. So if you get the all block, it will allow you to use recipe. So has underscore item, and in here you want to do has, and then just do actually you don't want to do example block. Let's just do where you get the example items, because you can't do that. You need the example item, but we'll change this once I add the all. But just for now, just have example item, just example dot get, and same for here. Have the item example item dot get, and now in order to get, you have to do save, and we'll do our recipe output, which we can get from our lookup provider. Yep. So 1 second. So you're gonna do generator. Just make it protected. In here you're gonna do recipe path provider, generator dot, and in here you want to do generator dot 1 second, generator recipe output. Actually no, so in here you want to add an extra one called in here recipe provider, and just a provider, and then you do private final recipe provider, and in here you want to do this provider, and you just close this off, and you don't need the generator. You're going to do recipe provider, and then additionally you want to go back to your main mod provider, and in here you want to do just make a method. So just do public resource location. This will be get your mod ID, and you're gonna do call it get mod ID. So this will be the mod ID and the path. So get mod ID, and in here you want to do return. You want to also have string the path, and then you want to do here return new resource location, and in here your mod ID. So we'll just do tutorial mod dot get dot the mod ID and the path, and in here you want to do provider get mod ID, and in here you want to have the path, which you can set as let's just do the item init dot example item dot get, and then you want to get the name, get name, just do two actually yeah, just do it manually for now, and then just do example underscore item, and then underscore example item block underscore recipe, and then you just close it off. Keyword what ID, that should be fine. Dot recipe actually no, we did the not recipe, I mean wrong one. It's recipe output. Fix that. Just do output, close off, and let's change that to recipe output, and here output. So now you've done that, you've made a shape list. You can go back to your main one again, main one, and in here you want to instantiate it. So what you're gonna do is here you're gonna do new, and here you're just gonna do generator, the lookup, and the recipe output, and you're just gonna call dot build. And now if you go back to your your data generator, you want to do generator dot add provider true, and then you do new main mod recipe generator and lookup. So going back to this class, what this does is the build recipe, it just takes your recipe and it builds it and it generates a JSON file. So all you have to do is do run data, and once that runs, you'll be able to go to your resource folder, and in your data section you'll see a new one. Originally you had the loot tables, well now you'll have one called recipes, and then there you'll be able to see what the shapeless recipe looks like. So alright, see, now go to recipes, and in here you can see your recipe. So 9 of example item will give you, that's your ingredients. Actually we did the wrong result. So 1 second. The result shouldn't be if you just go back here, yeah, we need to change this to example block init dot example block. Now if you just click run data again, it should return your results. And also you just do 9 in here and change that to 1. Alright, you can see now that it requires 9 of these to make your example block. So if you just run your game, I'll run my game and I'll be back when it loads, but you'll be able to craft the items, so I'll see you then. Alright, now that my game has loaded and I've got 11 of example item from the tutorial mod, you can go to your crafting table and do 11, put 9 of these in, so that's 3 by 3. You can got your block. So that's it, we've made our first crafting recipe. Inshallah, in the next video I'll show you how to do the furnace and fix a few issues, then we'll continue along. That's it for today's episode. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.